Within this video essay, I'll be posing the question of how feminism and its ideals are portrayed and presented throughout television. I'll be looking in depth at the subject in two shows in particular: Jessica Jones, which ran from 2015 to 2019 on Netflix, and Friends, which aired on NBC from 1994 to 2004. I have chosen to deeply analyse these programs in particular, as they present a varied range of depictions and stereotypes of feminism within television. The key points we will be exploring within these programs are how females have been sexualized, how the female image has been presented, female independence or reliance upon men, how the female gender has been displayed to be inferior or less capable than men, and the counter-argument that in some aspects of television women are demonstrated to be strong, powerful and capable. In Jessica Jones, the rare case of a female lead not being sexualized in any major way throughout the entirety of the program is shown. This becomes noticeable as it is truly in the small minority of programs that follow suit and take the more modern approach that a woman can be a lead character without romance, sex or her own desirability taking centre stage. This is very much the opposite in Friends, as the attraction of the female characters and their love lives are one of the main attractions and plot points of the sitcom. Most sitcoms follow a very similar style, but Friends is very much an example of the archetype of this issue. The three main female leads are attractive, and their show focuses heavily on them pining for other men. This sexualizing and dehumanizing of the female characters is only aided by the very deliberate choices in clothing, as an example with the photo to the right, as it makes best use of the actress's desirability and her assets to try and garner male attention to the sitcom and employ Laura Mulvey's male gaze theory. As written by Lynn C. Spangler in her 2003 book, feminine excess is central to some feminist sitcoms as a binary opposition and used as a form of humour in such shows. This overabundance of sexualizing the female characters in Friends both allows the sitcom a new method to appeal to male audiences and another way to add to the humorous aspect of the show at feminism's expense.
You say you're sorry, or your sweater gets it.
Okay, that is my favorite sweater. That is my third date sweater.
Say you're sorry.
Okay, you want to play? Okay, let's play. Let's play.
What are you gonna do?
You give me back my sweater or it's handbag marinara.
You don't have the guts.
Oh, yeah? Well, at least I wasn't too chicken to tell some guy I thought he was cute. Ow!
As just seen in that clip of Friends, Rachel's clothing and the topic discussed between the two women appeals to the male fantasy, as the two of them bicker over which one of them can have this one man. This demonstrates the sexualization of the characters and their inferiority within the shows that are male characters, as when only the women are focused on when it comes to their allure, sex lives, and the hold other men have over them. This makes them objects of the male desire within the program. Exposure to such perceptions of how a woman should act can deeply affect adolescent viewers into behaving and presenting themselves in a similar manner, which can be extremely harmful. Friends only continues to persist with most female stereotypes throughout the program, and doesn't do too much to dispel archaic beliefs and actions such as having women as second-class citizens and characters. They are always in need of male attention, company and help throughout the series, and can never truly be independent or content with themselves unless they are in a relationship. Feminist issues were faced in a very tame and moderate way within Friends every now and again, as to appear more politically correct before reverting back to the original biased and regressive format. This is the complete antithesis within Jessica Jones, as the entire first season itself is a very heavy-handed metaphor of the female gender attempting to shake off male influence, as the main villain is a male who can literally control her with any word he says. Despite its obvious undertones, the show succeeds in a great deal at portraying a feminist icon and a truly strong, independent and powerful female lead. It can be argued either way, the failures or successes Jessica Jones has at truly representing a completely liberated and formidable woman who can stand on her own 2 feet. As Stephanie Green wrote in 2019, Jessica Jones engages feminist approaches to television narrative by challenging conventional representations of the female superhero in the lead up to the Me Too era and opening up possibilities for women in the realm of the fantastic as actors, writers and producers.
And someday soon I hope to open my own restaurant. You know, you're a really great listener. Most guys I go out with, they just talk and talk. After a while, while, it's just like, shut your mouth, you know?
Within the second clip of Friends, it demonstrates the stereotypes and conventions that Friends persists regarding feminism and the female gender. Ross being unable to talk and just listening allows the female to talk incessantly and instantly propagate the stereotypes that women are genuinely narcissistic and talkative, instantly denigrating the feministic argument. Furthermore, yet again, a major female role within the show persists with the unrealistic body image that all women should be slender, tall and attractive at all times. This perception of how women are depicted here will begin to influence the audience viewing the programme through Harold Laswell's hypodermic needle theory. In Jessica Jones, despite her lack of sexualization, her form and image still convey the classic body image of a tall, attractive, slender female. This is similarly the only image of females presented within Friends too, as all the female leads and supporting female characters are analogously all the same traditional great-for-television body type, tall, slender and attractive. Even though Jessica Jones succeeds in many areas of getting across feministic ideals, it still proliferates two major stereotypes regarding femininity and the female form. The first being that all women on television should be of a similar body type and level of beauty, as like Friends, the main two female leads have had backgrounds in modelling prior to acting. The effect this can have on the audience could be exponential, as once it has directly affected the viewer, they'll begin spreading the notion, prophesizing the programme to their peers, which can truly have a detrimental effect to health and their own body satisfaction. The other major issue that denigrates Jessica Jones' ability to be a piece of truly effective feminist television is the convention that if a woman is a strong, independent character, there must be a cold, lonely and aggressive woman with it. This stereotype is rife throughout the programme, as all the title character seems to do is be offhand and belligerent with every other character she interacts with. These two conventions will begin to affect the audience, as if even the most progressive and feminist-leaning programmes continue to spread such ideas, it will eventually be ingrained into the viewership. This will regenerate the process of having females continue to be second-class citizens. When a strong female character is put to screen, the major issue, as demonstrated in Jessica Jones, is that their flaws are presented as primary to their being, meaning that a leading and authoritative female character isn't held in the same regard and stature as their male counterparts. An example of this kind of flaw with strong female characters will be shown in a clip now from Jessica Jones.
Just get the door!
Shut up.
Mind your own business!
Lush.
Your business is my business when I have to listen to it.
Oh, like we had to listen to glass shattering from your place the other day?
Hey, why don't we ask her?
Because she clearly doesn't understand jack about cordon bleu. It's French for chicken.
But she can be the deciding vote.
Zip it, Pooh Bear.
Everybody just zip it.
Go to hell!
It can be argued that feminist ideals are heavily ingrained at the core of both shows, and therefore are very effective for the social acceptance of the year of release. This can be posed as for release back in 1994 on a major network like NBC. Friends would have been one of the most feminist-leaning and progressive shows at the time, and may have helped shape audiences to over time become more accepting of feminism on TV, paving the ways to radically more accurate but not quite perfect shows with deep-seated feminism in its heart, like Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones being released 21 years later allows it to be a lot more openly defiant of the patriarch and present the feminist ideals in which are deeply entrenched to the audience through the cultivation theory, possibly leading to a completely accurate feminist portrayal on television in the near future. For both shows' release dates and the environment in which they were conceived and developed, they can both be seen as successes in forwarding society's tolerance towards female independence and feminist ideals. Despite both their successes, neither is a true depiction of feminism on television, and especially Friends is very dated when viewing in the modern day, so much can be done to improve the influence feminism should have on television. In conclusion, whether females have been presented as secondary characters or even as strong, powerful figures in their own stead, either way is neither a genuine or accurate depiction of what true femininity is and the ideals posed by feminism represent, proven within the two programs and the majority of other delineations of women on television. All interpretations of female in either sense are a construct of the male fantasy. Moreover, even the most realistic and nuanced portrayals of feminism on television will be flawed, due to the guidance of television being a male-dominated industry and through the influence of a patriarchal society on any character brought to the small screen.